and bugs, and welcome to the Tube Weekend Best of Edition, where we go back to the stories that made our week and do them again like heroes with no moral compass. Let's do it. With me for this lovely morality test are the Tube's team, our brave journalist Shai Ringel, and our humble boss Yaron Tenbrink. How was your week, dudes?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was
yours?
perfect.
Great.
Lovely. And now, this week the web tried to deal with one horrific video, and it failed. Islamic State militants released a video to the web supposedly showing the beheading of James Foley, an American journalist missing since being kidnapped in Syria in November 2012. Throughout the internet, the hashtag campaign ISIS Media Blackout has exploded, requesting media outlets and web users not to spread and share ISIS propaganda videos. Twitter announced it will block any account that will post the video. The Metropolitan Police in England issued an extraordinary warning today that anyone viewing or sharing the video may be liable for arrest. Here's a bit of Vice News' excellent ISIS coverage.
This is Raqqa, the capital of the world's newest declared state. A state that has been established by a hardline Sunni jihadist group that emerged out of the mayhem of the Syrian civil war.
Okay, I have to ask you before we start, did any of you actually press play and watch the video?
No way.
No.
No way.
No way.
No, I didn't either, but
it's snuff video, you know. It's like you're not supposed to see things like that. It's horrible, and I think that by watching it, you actually participate in a very smart branding and propaganda game ISIS is playing with the West.
explain what's the smart branding and propaganda game.
They are branding themselves as this vicious, relentless, all holes unbarred organization. They want to seem crazy to the Western world. They want to seem psychotic, and they rejoice in their violence. That's basic scare tactics. They build fear in the Western world, and we as the media and we as media consumers are participating in their game.
Okay, but as journalists here, don't you think it's viable these days to, to talk about the video, to show it, to spread it? I mean, it's happening in the world.
Yeah, it's happening around the world, and this is where the media always feels like it is being constrained by the fact that it can't show graphic violence and the things that people are talking about these days because they can see the video. And the Western world finds itself in a very difficult situation where he wants to stop spreading the video, but he can't because people, we can talk about the human nature and why people are sharing this horrific video, but they do. And the fact that they do is saying that you cannot stop it. Now, the proposal by the Metropolitan Police in England that it can arrest people for viewing this video, not only spreading it, but only viewing it, is preposterous. They cannot do a thing like that. They don't have the means. They wish they had the means to tell you, okay, did you watch the video? Tell me what's happening in
a
minute
have the
or
means,
two.
what are they going to do? Arrest 50,000 people?
Yeah.
They can't possibly do that.
And because on the other side, we talked about the Twitter, okay, saying that it can, and it can do it easily, okay?
Yeah.
That's something that can be done easily, that every share of it suspends the account. But,
Yeah.
but is it the smart thing to do, especially in our days where freedom of speech on the internet is so important for us, and we talk about it here all the time?
Yeah, freedom of speech is for sure one of the most important things in democracies, but it does have its limits, and showing the vicious beheading of someone should not and is not included by free speech. I mean, inciting for violence, inciting for racism, and showing them is just not part of free speech. And I think what Twitter is doing, blocking accounts, freezing accounts of people sharing these videos, is the right move. I mean, you won't show porn on Twitter and Facebook. Why would you show a really, really cruel beheading of someone?
Because, I don't know, from the other side, I mean, YouTube is filled with videos as horrific. Isn't it just, I know, I think it's just one example that has nothing to do with the way the internet works.
No. I think that YouTube is filled with such videos because YouTube don't know how to deal with them. That's the bottom line, which means that YouTube wants to be much cleaner, but technically,
it removed the original video.
Yeah, it removes a lot of these videos, but someone will keep uploading them because this is the way the internet works these days. And when YouTube will finally get all the videos out, there will be another service that will put them up. So you cannot really fight it. And YouTube is filled with disgusting videos, but he really wants to be clean. He just can't.
Okay, let's move on to, I don't know, cooler topic. Okay, the Ice Bucket Challenge was this week's thing you just could not run from. It was everywhere. It started with the rich and famous, and soon everybody were dumping ice water on their heads for ALS awareness. But the most important video that was made in this challenge came from Anthony Carbajal, who actually told us about the horrible disease.
Okay, that was probably the most embarrassing thing that I've ever done in my entire life, and holy shit. That was pretty crazy, right? So why did I do it? I've been so terrified of ALS my entire life because it runs in my family. I hate talking about it. I really hate talking about it. And that's probably why nobody talks about it, is because it's so challenging to watch. It's so challenging to see and to talk about. Nobody wants to see a depressing person that's dying that has 2 to 5 years to live.
Yeah. So when you see such a video, can you still criticize the ALS challenge of being all just viral hype?
No, of course not. I mean, it's not just this video, it's the fact that in one day they collected $8.5 million for the cause. I think it's a really good campaign. I think it's a very important campaign, and the fact that such a video surfaces where you actually see an ALS patient and you see someone whose life is darkened by ALS, and you get to understand what we're talking about here, because I don't think too many people participating in this challenge know exactly what ALS looks like, especially in its final stages. It's a horrible disease, and I think this campaign did manage to raise awareness. I mean, and that's the important thing. And it did manage to raise money, and that's the important thing. And, you know, it's a great success.
Shai hates the campaign.
Yeah, I hate the campaign. I hate the campaign because it's, it's a stupid campaign to begin with. I think it's a very important cause to raise awareness to the disease, but we don't raise awareness to where the money goes. And that's a really big thing, because we always, the internet loves to do these campaigns and talk about important issues and make the rich and famous look like they are connected to the world somehow. But the bottom line is that you don't know where that money went. And there are now claims that only less than 25% of that money will go to research, and a lot of it will go to, these big organizations that are now trying to think about the next campaign, and that it's all about the show business and not about the real research. And we don't know where the money goes, and we don't talk about those organizations. We always want to contribute to those organizations because it makes us looks very good and very successful and very, important. But there is a virtue to donating without your name and, anonymously. And there is, this is what I believe. I believe that if you can donate do it anonymously, and you don't need to do this whole fuss about it.
Yeah, but
And
from the other side, if this whole campaign was anonymous, it wouldn't have worked. I mean, let's try and analyze for a second what made this campaign so successful, and can we see another one inspired by it, or was it a one-off?
Well, we said it during the week. It's a challenge, and challenges are very viral on the internet these past 2 years. People are challenging each other to all kind of funny stuff, and it's never been used in such a manner. And I think it's a smart thing to take a viral phenomenon that is already happening and put it on top a very important subject. I think we'll see a lot of attempts to do the same thing, differently, of course, but to find a way to ride the viral bullet for a good cause. I agree with Shai that the media covering this phenomena should use its strengths to tell people what ALS is, to say where they should contribute money to, and of course also to oversee the process of where the money goes to. And if it doesn't go to the promised place where it's needed, the media should cry out. But it's not doing that at the moment. But I don't think it takes from the brilliance and importance of this campaign.
No, it doesn't, and we'll keep you updated about, where the money went to. After all, it's a viral campaign. Now, as tech giant companies look to expand their businesses, they've tried to court new audiences, but one relatively untapped demographic has been children, to get them when they're young. Google is now contemplating ways to bring kids into its online services, according to a report published Monday by The Information. The effort would include a version of YouTube that's safe for kids and a dashboard that would allow parents to see the activities of their children. Is it okay to give a Google account for your kid? Google obviously thinks so. Take a look. I want a kid. A bit. Yeah.
You can come babysit one of mine if you really want.
No, I want my own. I don't.
Okay.
I will not love it if it's on my own. Okay, so we talked about it this week. Let me ask you, Shai. Okay, I think that doing all the drama about giving the data to Google, to your kids, it's only postponing the inevitable. What's the difference? He's 8, he's 10, he's 13, so what?
There's a big difference because that kid didn't make the decision himself. He didn't have the tools to make the decision if he wants to be monitored by a huge company sitting in the United States. He's only 8, he's only 13. He can't think like, grown-ups can understand what it means to be monitored.
A 13-year-old cannot understand that either, and monitored is a very paranoid word.
But we are being monitored. We have to understand that, you don't feel like being monitored because you like all the gadgets and all the things you get from it. But we are known, Google knows where I am. We talked about it this week that Google just published that history of Google Maps where you can see by the minute where have you been, and it's scary when you understand that I didn't even click something. He just took my information.
But we're not only monitored, we're also targeted. So it's okay if Google reads my emails and gives me according to my emails, it gives me advertising. But it's not okay if it does it to a kid, because advertising for kids has very strict ethics, which don't really work because we are pushing sugary stuff to kids, which is very bad for them. And the whole idea of collecting data from kids to target advertising at them is just purely evil. And it has nothing to do with letting them use the internet more easily. It has everything to do with selling kids stuff they don't need.
Well, then the world is now evil. We have to flow with it. There's nothing you try to protect your kids from everything evil in the world. Why not protect them from Google? Well, you can try. And now you can try. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
And to end this week, here's one of the stupidest video we've showed on the tube ever. So just take a look. It's super stupid. Shai, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, that's the truth.
That's
Okay.
why we showed it twice on the tube this week. Okay, well, thank you very much, Yaron. Thank you very much, Shai. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back here on Monday with a brand new show of the Tube. Till then, you can log to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's the Tube24. And always remember, everything you can imagine is real. That's Pablo Picasso. Goodbye.